This is a 2019 Ford F-150. It's in the XLT trim. It's a 4x4. I'm going to give you my review in the form of 10 things you need to know and 3 gripes at the end, starting right now. All right, let's get started. Number 10, the Ford F-150 has been the #1 selling vehicle in the United States for how many years? 41 years, that's right. And in that time, they've sold over 32 million F1 series or F-150 series light duty. In 2018, they sold 1.1 million trucks globally. That is a lot of trucks, and there's no doubt there is a strong reason why Ford makes the best truck, not in my opinion, but simply in the buying public's opinion. So number 10, this is by far the #1 selling vehicle and for sure #1 selling truck. All right, number 9, some on the kind of trivia side of the equation. 91% of F-150s are sold to men. That's right, mostly men buy these trucks, although that means that 9% new trucks are bought by women. I'm wondering what the percentage of those women are from Texas. My mom drives an F-150, she loves it, so you know, for you women out there, you should consider a full-size truck. I think you might like it more than you realize. All right, number 8, this is the XLT trim. So it has a unique, slightly above base trim level appearance package. So the XL is the base, this is the XLT. So with that, you're gonna get, you know, it still comes with the plastic handles, plastic mirrors. It has a front chrome bumper, 8-way power driver seat, 4.2-inch productivity screen in the instrument cluster, manual folding, power glass side view mirrors, leather wrapped steering wheel, comes with an upgraded speaker system. It's got a whole bunch of features. Really, if you're gonna buy the XLT, I think that's the starting point. Would definitely go with that 301A package. This is not equipped with really any other options. It's got no pass-through on the interior. It's got the fold-down middle seat. I'm not a super big fan of that. I'll talk about that later. You can seat up to 6 people, blah, blah, blah. Still has the side unlock button feature. I think that's a cool feature at this trim level. So number 8, the XLT trim is actually the #1 selling trim level for the Ford. So it's an important level, although I do think they restrict a lot of options to the higher levels. Again, I'm going to talk about that later in the review. Number 7, so they have included one safety feature that's now standard across the full line, and that's the forward collision prevention system. So the truck will actually give you a warning if there's an imminent collision, and has emergency braking. It's now standard from the XL all the way up. So that's a good feature and good on Ford for starting to do that. I think they need to do more, but it's a good feature. It's standard. Number 7, forward collision prevention is standard across all trim levels. Number 6, this comes with the 5.0 liter Coyote V8. So that's the same engine that's in the Mustang. It's got a 400 pound-feet of torque. it definitely is a good V8 in terms of power. I have read some issues with reliability, but I think as many trucks as they sell, you're going to end up with more issues. But as a percentage, they're pretty standard with the industry in terms of their reliability, maintenance, upkeep. Some people get pretty bent out of shape when their engine blows up. Obviously you would too. But the 5-liter V8 is a good way to go. You've also got, you know, the base V6. You've got the two EcoBoost, 2.7 liter and 3.5 liter, which sit on opposite sides of the V8 in terms of their cost as an option adder. The big EcoBoost is definitely a beast, but the benefit to me is better gas mileage, but that only works if you're light on the throttle with that EcoBoost. And so for my money, if I was going to buy a truck, I would get it with this 5-liter V8. What do you think, and what do you drive in terms of your engine and your F-150? Hey, if you're new to my channel, consider checking out my other reviews. I do car, trucks, and SUVs of the cars that I rent, borrow, own. New videos every Monday. Thanks for watching this video, and click like. It helps this video and helps my channel. I appreciate it, and let's get back to the list. Number 5, Ford's infotainment system, the Ford Sync. I've talked about that in several of my reviews of other Ford products. It's not my favorite on the market, but it's still pretty good. I don't knock it too hard. There's definitely some worse systems out there on the market. You do get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The sound system's pretty good, and the backup camera is clear, clean. It's got the good grid lines. So overall, I give it a, you know, a B+. It's a good system. It's not great. Number 4, the XLT interior. So you've got this high durability cloth seats. They definitely are made to last. They will scuff up your clothes before they get scuffed up. There's 2 different types of materials. You got the inside and then the outside here. Power seats, they come with that 301A package, which I mentioned earlier. They're comfortable. The storage in the interior is plentiful. You got cup holders everywhere, lots of slots and spots to stick all your stuff, and USB ports. So overall, the interior is pretty good. I am a big fan of the center console that comes with the twin buckets. So while this has the fold down, which gives you the extra seat, if I was going to pay for an option for a truck, that's something I always look for. Additionally, when you get that center, you also get rear AC. So if you've got kids and you're considering a truck, I would always get that, because especially on Fords, that's the only way you're going to get rear AC, is if you have that center pass through for the AC to run to the back. Number 3, this truck drives like a truck. I can't say that it's a car-like ride or SUV-like ride, but that's okay. It is a truck. So if you're looking for a truck ride, you know, a soft roader, you know, get a Ford Ranger. This is not the truck for you. It is a truck. It is built to do work, and therefore it's going to drive a little bit rougher, a little bit bigger, but that's a small sacrifice to make. It's definitely better than trucks used to be. So while the truck is smooth and nice, it still rides like a big truck. That's okay to me. Okay, number 2, I'm going to talk to you about the towing and payload capacity, but first I want to get a little bit in the details. The Ford F-150 is now available with 6 different engine choices. So and then the 5-liter, which is what this has the 400 pound-feet of torque, 395 horsepower, and it can tow 11,500 pounds. And then Ford recently launched the 3.0 turbo diesel V6, 250 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque, 11,500 is the towing capacity on that. But you're getting some better gas mileage out of your diesel, possibly a longer lasting engine as well. And then on the upper trim levels, you can now get the this high output EcoBoost that comes in the Raptor, 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. Now the towing capacity on that is, I've got some mixed signals. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just over 11,000 pounds. So it isn't necessarily a whole lot better, but I bet it's a whole lot faster. And then max payload for the 5-liter is gonna be 3,270, so 3,270 pounds in the bed of the truck. That was a lot of details. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep if you were interested. If not, maybe you skipped ahead. All right, and then the number one thing you need to know about this Ford F-150 XLT is the price. So the pricing as equipped MSRP with the minimal options, the 301A, comes in at over $50,000. It's gonna be close to $51,150. Now that's before discounts. I would say you should be closer to 33, 35, depending on what packages. A lot of dealerships sell one of either the sport package or the chrome package, which usually includes the 301A as well. But when you add the buckets and the pass-through, you're going to be looking at minimum 35,000 after, you know, discounts and rebates and all that. So that's one of the challenges with buying a truck, is there are so many ways to configure it. Finding the right deal on the right truck can be a challenge. Do your research. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're considering. Thanks. All right, I'm going to give you 3 gripes as usual. The first one is a big gripe, and that's that this thing costs 50 grand. Now, I don't know when trucks prices got so inflated. It seemed like it just happened, and it must be, you know, partially it's just the market and the economy we live in. But for 50 grand, in my opinion, you should be getting class-leading safety features in this XLT. Ford restricts some of the better safety features to the Lariat, Limited, Platinum, King Ranch, and yet most of the guys and gals working in Ford F-150 XL and XLTs, safety is one of their #1 priorities in construction, in maintenance, in any hard-working field. And so Ford should recognize that, and I really do think they need to bring those features down in and make them standard as part of an XL and XLT. I mentioned the forward collision, that's a start, but there's just a lot of features that they offer that should be at least available in the, you know, call it a safety package or something like that in some of their lower tier trucks. Number 2, the lock horn is kind of aggressive. It's basically the horn honk, so they just made it easier. But I don't like how obnoxious it is, especially up close. When you hit that lock, it's a harsh, full horn. Take it easy. And then number 3, this is just my take. The mirrors are kind of tapered and small. It gives it a nice look, but as a result, their visibility is just minimized. It's smaller. I suppose you can upgrade the mirrors. That's one of the options, but I'm not a big fan of these standard mirrors. I think they're too narrow. So some known issues with these Fords, they do have some quality issues, particularly with their engine, the 5-liter V8, and the transmission, the 10-speed transmission when mated to really any of those engines. But to be fair to Ford, they're right on par with the average for the industry, so it's not like they're a quality problem, unless you're one of the people who gets one of those trucks, and then, you know, you can leave comments on every Reddit page about how much you dislike Ford. Whatever, I'm just throwing that out there for discussion. Leave a comment if you have an F-150. Let me know what you think of it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.